working Beachbody compensation plan. I'm going to go into some pretty good detail. I'm not going to cover every single aspect, but I'm going to cover the important points and where you make the majority of your income from. But we're going to definitely cover a lot. And then I'll open it up for a little Q&A afterwards. So you have a box in the upper right-hand corner of your screen there, and if you want to type in your questions after, or you can type them in right now, or whenever one pops in your mind, you can just type it in, and then at the very end I'll do my best to answer those for you guys. There's quite a bit to this. We get paid in several different ways, which is a good thing, and it can be a little bit confusing, and you may have to watch this recording a couple times, just to kind of make sure you get it all. So with that, let's get her going. All right. So my name is Blake Warrington. I'm a 9-star diamond. My first business center, 1-star. My second, so I guess that's like a 10-star, right? And working to go higher, of course, in my second business center. A little bit more. First, a little disclaimer. So I'm talking about some kind of ways to earn money, and when we do that, we have to put this up here by compliance. So I'm not going to read it. You guys know it. If you're a coach, this is in, any time, frankly, you talk about any kind of income with your business or anybody else's business you're talking to, or talking about somebody's how much they made or whatever, you want to make sure you have this income disclaimer there, because you can get in trouble with Beachbody and some other regulatory officials. All right, so the basics. I'm sure most of you know this, but there's a total of 4 rank achievement levels. You start off as a coach, and you work your way up to Emerald, Ruby, and then the first kind of, the real first, Emerald's kind of cool. That's the, your first achievement as a new coach, so that's a pretty big one. Ruby's kind of like a little stepping stone. We kind of hop over that one. You need to achieve it, and then you really want to strive to get to that level of diamond coach. And then there are a total of 15-star diamond levels. So we start off after diamond, you hit 1-star diamond 2, and all the way up to 15-star if you so choose to go into the higher ranks. Recognition, changed over the years. We used to get the pins and things like that. Now we get jackets and T-shirts and bracelets that you can purchase to kind of show your rank, when you go to summit and you're doing meetings and things like that. So as you climb up the ranks, you get the opportunity to purchase these additional rank advancements. All right, the basics, we all know this for the most part, but it's $39.95 to get started, which includes your first month's business services fees. After that, it's $15.95 a month and every single month. Now, if people go, what do you have to pay that for? Well, Beachbody, they maintain, obviously, your customer service, your websites, or you got 3 different websites you got, not including, Spanish versions of them as well. And, part of that also is for the Success Online. And so that's kind of what that business services fee covers. You can get started with a minimum 50 PV order, and we'll get into that if you don't know what that is, to achieve active status as a new coach. Ideally, of course, we all know this, we hope, you want to work to get people signed up as a challenge pack or a 90 PV Shakeology home direct order, because that's where you can get Success Club points and things like that. So very important that, there's people you can get them in at 50, but you want to really get them in at the minimum, really, the Shakeology home direct, and ideally a challenge pack. Now, so PV, what is PV? So that stands for personal volume, and roughly speaking, I'm going to show you 2 slides here. They're going to kind of vary a little bit. Generally speaking, 1 PV is roughly equal to $1. Now on this screen here, we're seeing P90X, 3 and Derm Exclusive, one of the ultimate kit. Now, if you look at down here, you got the regular price, so your price as a coach is $89.89. The PV is 90 PV. So that's a real close correlation to $1 for the cost of that product. For every dollar of the product cost, it's about $1 in PV. That's not the retail, obviously, which is the difference, the 25% that you can make. Now that's probably, I'd say, happens about, and probably 90% of our products is probably going to be close to that. Occasionally you're going to get some different products that have different, it's just the way they got to price things. And so in this case, it's not, it's actually a little bit more than $1 per PV. So they're basically this one, our cost as a coach is $123.41, and it's paying out 85 PV versus like 120 PV or something. Generally speaking, though, what you see here on the left side of P90X3 is generally going to be the personal volume that you're going to get from the majority of Beachbody products. So I'm going to give you some examples on how you can make some money. I'm going to get, some of it's going to be a little bit possibly confusing because I'm going to get into team cycle bonuses and stuff, and this is where team cycle bonuses are where you do make the majority of your income. So retail commissions, 25% as a Beachbody coach. So P90X, you know, $119.85. You're going to earn $29.96. Shakeology, here again, $129.95, and you as a Team Beachbody coach will earn $32.49 when you sell a Shakeology at retail or P90X at retail. The nice thing about our company, obviously, is you don't have to carry that inventory if you don't want to. We keep things around in case somebody local wants to, you know, something quicker than, you know, a week or so for having to wait for shipping. But you don't have to keep any excess inventory. It's good to have some things around if you can afford it, but if not, the beauty of having a business like this is that you can literally just send people to your Team Beachbody website and tell them to go buy whatever you're suggesting that they purchase. Beachbody handles all the shipping and order taking, credit cards, and merchant processing, customer service, and all that great stuff. So that's really one of the beautiful benefits of having, a Team Beachbody business. So that there, you know, let's say you just did one of those a month. You know, if you just sold one of those package like that, of course you'd sell that as a challenge pack. But if you sold them separately, you know, one person bought a P90X, somebody else bought a Shakeology, you know, make $62. We have challenge packs, which come with bonuses. So this is as of this showing. This is our, you know, the showcase packs that we do have. I mean, the challenge packs that we do have. There's a showcase challenge pack that, you know, wouldn't fit down here, but you can find out about that obviously in your coach back office. But, you know, this includes the new Beachbody on Demand and everything as well. And then you pay off some nice little bonuses. Now, when a coach enrolls and they sign, you know, you sign them up in a challenge pack, you're going to earn what's called a challenge pack bonus. And it has to be done within the first 31 days of your new coaches signing up. You as a sponsoring coach, and just one example, if they buy the $100, $160 challenge pack, you're going to earn a $50 challenge pack bonus. So that's nice, you know, a nice little bonus that you can earn for you sell one combination package of a workout and Shakeology. And then after that, they're on Shakeology Home Direct, and you're going to get that, you know, that monthly commission on Shakeology. That's where the residuals start to kick in. Just so you know that as of this recording, right now Shakeology is 70% of total sales for the company. That's pretty big. I mean, you know, a few years ago that was not the case, and so Shakeology is now the #1 product basically in Beachbody, Team Beachbody. If you want to learn more about those bonuses for the rest of all the workouts and stuff, you know, because there's constantly adding things, changing them, and stuff like that, make sure you go to your Coach Online office to sales and marketing, and then look under the Beachbody Challenge, and you'll find the document that explains that in better detail. Now I'm going to show you, take this a little bit further, and here again I'm just going to say, you know, some more people have come in, but if you want to ask some questions after I'm done, you can type them in the upper right-hand corner of your computer screen there. You got a little place where you can type in a question. You can enter that question anytime you want while I'm doing this presentation, and at the end of the presentation, I'll answer your questions about. I'm keeping it strictly to the Beachbody, Team Beachbody compensation program. Now I'm going to show you some numbers you could do potentially. Here again, if you just sold 3 challenge packs, let's say it's P90X3, it's kind of middle of the road. It's not the most expensive, and it's not the least expensive. It's kind of right in the middle, so you can make more or less depending on what you sell. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, you just sold 3 per month, and that the P90X challenge pack pays out $70 every time you make that sale. So let's say you sell 3 this month, and venture whatever month that is. So let's say it's January, you sell 3. That's 3 times $70 for the challenge pack. You make $210 your first month. Now, why nothing on Shakeology? Because Shakeology is included as part of the challenge pack. But here's where it gets cool on the 2nd, 3rd, and ongoing months. Right now, if you do another 3 challenge packs, here again I'm going to say with just the one to keep it simple, you'll earn another $210. But the interesting thing that happens now is those 3 people from this month over here, first month, they're now getting receiving their second order of Shakeology for the second month. So now this is where you can start. This is where you can start earning residual income. So now this is what's called residual income, because these people are on auto ship, and as long as they stay on auto ship, they're going to keep paying that their $129 per month, and you're going to keep getting that commission. So here you're getting the 3 people you purchased the challenge pack last month are now getting their second orders of Shakeology. So now your second month, you're earning $307.47. Month 3, same thing happens again. You're going to get that $210 because you sold 3 of the P90X3 challenge packs. Now you have 6 people from month 1 and month 2 now are getting their second and third orders respectively. So now you got a residual income there, here again, as long as everybody stays on, of $194.94 plus the $210 equals on your third month. That's $404, basically $405 that you could earn. And this is again, here again, this is doing very minimal work. This is without building an organization, not getting them team cycle bonuses. So a 3-month grand total, that's $922. But here goes. Let's take it out 6 months and see what happens. Same thing. Month 4, another 3 plus the residuals from an additional group of people. And here again, we're assuming that nobody's quit. Of course, somebody could have quit, or who knows. But I'm just going like, if you got 3 every single month for 6 months, and let's say all 3 every single month stayed on Shakeology for the sake of argument. Now your month 4, you'd had $503. Month 5 would be $599, and month 6 would be $697. But look at that right there on that 6th month. That's a $500 per month residual income, meaning that this is a one-time sale up here with the workout program. This is residual income as long as these people that you got on, whether they're coaches or, I mean, whether as customers stay on and keep buying their the Shakeology on Home Direct. That gives you a 6-month grand total of $2,700. Now, you know, to me, raise your hand if, you know, you could use, would $500, $600, $700 a month make a difference in your life? And this is just doing this one little thing here, retailing. So that's just one way, we're going to get into some more detail here. You can earn a 50% commission on the Beachbody Club, which now has the Beachbody On Demand in it. And that's $38.87 every 12 weeks, or basically every 3 months. You earn $19, you earn half of that, so you get $19.44 out of that $38.87. You also earn a 15% retail commission. So somebody comes in and let's say somebody comes in and they just buy the club membership. They don't buy, they're not a coach, or they don't buy anything else. They just go, I just want to, you know, pay for the club membership. Well, they get a 10% discount on Beachbody products, so that same 25% gets paid out, but 10% just goes to as a discount to your customer, and you earn 15% now on retail commissions instead of 25%, because they still can only pay out, Beachbody can only still pay out that 25%. Okay, Shakeology Fast Start bonuses. This is one that kind of gets overlooked. At least I think it does, because I know I've asked people about it and they don't know about it. So in your first 30 days as a new coach, you can earn $20 every time one of your personally sponsored coaches purchases a Shakeology Home Direct Starter Pack in the first 30 days. Plus, if you you can earn an additional $100 if you do 5 of those in 5 weeks, meaning over a 5-week period from the time you make your first sale, you have 5 weeks, and if you sell a total of 5 in 5 weeks, you'll earn an additional $100 in Shakeology Fast Start bonuses. So that's right there is a nice little $200 commission just for doing some Shakeology stuff when you're just getting started out. All right, so now we're going to get into the always and confusing. Hopefully I'm going to do it justice here and hopefully explain this for you guys really good. Take it slow. So as an active paid Emerald or higher, you start accumulating and banking what's called a team volume. Team volume is generated by purchases and sales of all the coaches in your left and right legs of your entire downline organization, regardless of depth. So what that means is that every time you sign up a coach, and if they purchase something that has PV tied to it, then that falls into your business as team volume, and I'll explain that. So when you get a coach and they purchase a product, that's considered personal volume, or PV. So let's say somebody buys that P90X, and that has that 90 PV. That's going to put 90 PV. That's their personal volume, but that becomes your team volume, or TV. And that's where you are going to make on the majority of your money in this business, unless you're really good at retailing, is in your team cycle bonuses as you build an organization. Okay, so when you accumulate team volume totals of 301 leg points, so 90, so here again, Shakeology, P90X, and anything that carries PV, that's going to be adding up. And so you're going to get 300 in any one leg. So as you start building both legs out, you're going to start seeing your numbers every week, and they're going to start out small and everything like that. But basically what's going to happen is the computer is going to be looking for 300 team volume in your total organization. However, it's split between one, it's going to go for 200 team volume, or 1/3 of it, or 2/3 of it in one leg, and 1/3 of it in the other leg. I got a diagram here to kind of explain that, so you don't have to have your head explode. Okay, so in this little thing here, you're on the right, you got some coaches coming in, and the one on the left purchased 90 PV, the one on the right, purchased 50 PV. Another two came in, one on the left, one on the right, and the left leg starting to go off, and you got somebody that purchased 90 PV. And here again in your organization, this is your team volume, but this is their PV. So in this little example here, you kind of started building a little team of coaches here, and they're each purchasing their little things here. And let's say, this is what's going on. And so you got this little organization going. Kind of cool. You're getting kind of excited. So we get paid weekly. But so in this example here, on your left leg, you've now, let's say this is a week. This happened between, because our pay cycle starts on Wednesday at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. I'm sorry. Our pay cycle starts Thursday morning at night Eastern Standard Time, and it ends the following week at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. So let's say that between that Thursday morning, at midnight Eastern Standard Time, and now let's say it's Wednesday night, almost a little, 12 o'clock, and this is what you have for the week of coaches who have either purchased for the first time or coaches that have purchased one time only. Now you got this little organization, and here you are at the end of the week. It's Wednesday night, and this is going to be what you got. So right now you got 540 team volume in your left leg and 200 team volume in your right leg. Here again, I want you to remember this is their PV, their personal volume equals your team volume. Okay? All right. So here's what's going to happen. So the computer's going to go out, and it's going to look for 200 points, and you got to have 200 points in your strongest leg and 100 points in your weakest leg. So this leg on the left is your strongest leg, meaning it's got more volume than this leg over here on the right, which has 200 team volume points from people buying, here again, Shakeology, workout programs. It doesn't matter what, anything that's got PV tied to it, combinations of products, anything. So now the computer's going to go out at some point Thursday morning when they push the magic button or whatever they do. And it's going to look for 200 team volume. It's going to go, oh, okay, this left leg has 540 team volume in it. I can potentially pay out, or the computer is going to go, well, Beachbody potentially can pay out a team cycle bonus. Then it's going to go over to your right leg because it's smaller, and it's going to go, okay, there's 200 team volume there. I can do this. We can actually pay this coach a team cycle bonus. So what it does is it goes, okay, and it subtracts 200 team volume points from the left leg, 100 team volume points from the right leg. And if you're a diamond coach, for your game, it's different if you're a ruby or an emerald, but I'm using diamonds here because that's your goal, is to get to that as quick as possible. It's going to pay you $18 that week. It's going to leave 340 team volume in your left leg and 100 team volume left over in your right leg. And the computer's going to go back out again that same day, so Thursday morning. It's going to go, well, can I remove 200 points out of this left leg and pay this coach another team cycle bonus this week? And it's going to go, yes, I can. There's 300 volume points there. It's going to go to the right leg, and it's going to go, is there 100 team volume points in the right leg? Because it's, to pay out another team. So boom, it goes, yes, we can. So now you've just made yourself $36 for that week. The computer's going to go back out again, and it's going to go, is there 200 points left in either one of these legs so I can look and see if we can pay this coach another team cycle bonus? So then it goes, nope, there's only 140 points in this leg. But if that was the weak leg, I go, yeah, we could still pay one. Let's see if there's more. Oh, we got 0. So for that week, you just made yourself $36. Now, that's not sounding like a lot, but I mean, as you're getting started, you know, when you start building hundreds and thousands of people in your organization, you know, we have over 30,000 coaches on our team, and trust me, when volume comes in with us, it's absolutely insane. And of course, this is 8 years later too. But so this is what can happen for you. And then, so the computer's going to go out. So if you had 5,000 points on one leg and 10,000 points on the, let's say 10,000 points in your left leg and 5,000 in your right leg, the computer's just going to go out all day long. Not all day long. It's going to go out there. It's going to go and subtract 200 and 100, pay $18. It's going to keep going back and doing that until one or two things happen. You either run out of volume like we did here, or you hit the weekly cap, which we're going to get into as well. So this is team volume. This is where we make the majority of our income from by a long shot. This is where you want to build a strong team of coaches who get coaches so that you eventually, you know, so when you're down the road, you got, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 coaches that are all purchasing and buying and, you know, marketing and getting customers and things like that. So here again, I want to clarify that this $18, this is what is paid. We're going to get into that, but this is assuming that this person here in this little short example is a diamond coach. Now, a little bit of word, I have a training on this, so I'm not going to get into it, but I want you guys to understand how important this is. You always, when I sign up a new coach, you want to make sure for preferred placement, you always want to just build outside left or outside right. So when you first sign up a coach, it's going to be over here on this automatic placement. You want to have them automatically, not automatically, you have them manually go over here and set that preferred placement and never ever touch that again. Then you want to have them come over here and put left or right. You never put first available or weak leg first available ever. You always want to have you or your coaches controlling where your new coaches go. And like I said, I have a probably 45-minute training on that alone, but I just wanted to mention that tonight because it's very important. If you don't understand that, get with your upline diamond or star diamond coach and have them make sure they explain that to you. Okay, so we kind of covered a little bit. This is what you can earn as a coach. You can earn the 25% commission on retail, if you retail products. You can earn a 50% commission when you sell the club membership, Beachbody On Demand, and you can earn 15% commissions on products from your customers who are club members or get the Beachbody On Demand. Same thing. All right, so your first goal is Emerald. This is, you know, a brand new coach. You want to do one of the two things, because you want to, you know, start retailing and you want to start working as fast as you can to get yourself to Emerald Coach. What does Emerald look like? It looks just like that right there. You have to personally sponsor one coach in your left leg, and you have to personally sponsor one coach in your right leg. Now, if you are part of a group or organization that's building properly and you got coaches above you, which I'm sure majority of almost everybody on this call will have, you could start seeing coaches placed down one or both of your legs automatically from another coach above you or from coaches that are down in your organization that are building. Those don't count as your personal, so these have to be personally sponsored coaches. So as a coach or an Emerald coach, once you get qualified, now you have the opportunity to earn team cycle bonuses, what we just talked about, which are paid out at $14 per cycle. So instead of, like I showed you an example of $18 that the diamond coach gets, you're going to get $14. So in that example, if you had the volume, you would have earned $28, whereas a diamond coach would have earned $36. And then you have the opportunity to participate in the customer lead program, which I'll explain in here in just a little bit as well. In fact, I'll explain right now. So, Chief, this is what you have to have. This is newly updated. You know, to participate in the customer lead program, you have to be paid rank of Emerald or above. You have to be current on your business services fee, which is that $15.95 I explained. At this point, it was optional to be on the premium Team Beachbody Club membership, which is the, you know, the Beachbody On Demand. That's now becomes mandatory if you want to start getting the customers from the customer lead program. And there's a couple different customer lead programs. This is the main one, but there's, you know, Success Lead and some other ones too. But this is the main one. And the new add to this is you actually now have to achieve the Success Club 5 on that given month to qualify for customers the following month. So if you do this, let's say this month, starting next month, and you will then, for that next 30 days, you're going, or the next month, whatever that is, that you qualify in the previous month with all these requirements, if you hit Success Club 5, you're going to start getting customers the following month. Now, this is a new thing, so some of you may not know this or not. It used to be that you just had to have these first 4 things, but now they've added, because the customer lead program, because there's so many people that are Emerald coaches, that you're getting like 1 coach or customer a week. Now you're going to get more potentially, because, well, not potentially, you will, because there's going to be less people qualifying for Success Club 5 every month. So you want to make sure you're one of those people getting in Success Club 5 every month so that you can start getting the customers, and there's going to be a lot more of them than 1 per week now. Very important you do that. And Beachbody gets tens of thousands of customers every month. I mean, so they spend, we were at corporate not too long ago, about 2 months ago, and we were speaking to one of the managers, and they said they did right around 1 million customers last year. So that was 2014. So if they think about that, 1 million customers, it's just insane when you think about it. So, and Beachbody, they do their advertising buying on different times. They know now, after all these years, what are the good months and weeks of the years to actually do ad buys and things like that. So they might have 50,000 of those coaches come in one month, or 75,000 come in one month, and then maybe 25,000 another month. So it's never the same. It's going to kind of be all over the place, because they know when's a good time to do these media buys. All right, Ruby Coach, like I said, this is kind of a stepping stone. You just want to be an active coach and have a personally purchased or retail 75 personal volume points. You also have to, there we go. Okay, so that's the structure on the right. You need to have those first personally 2 sponsored coaches like you were with an Emerald, but now you actually have to sign up 1 more on each leg. That's the 2 yellow ones. So now you have to have 4 personally sponsored coaches. You also have to help any one of those coaches in your left, 1 coach in your left leg and 1 coach in your right leg, to get their first 2 coaches so that they're Emeralds. So that means you now have 1 Emerald in your left leg, 1 Emerald in your right leg, and you have a total of 4 personally sponsored with 2 in each leg. So your structure looks just like that. It could be different. You could have more than that, but that's the bare minimum to make you a Ruby coach. The benefits is you get everything that you got as Emerald coach, except now the team cycle bonuses go to $16 per cycle, team cycle. And now you get what's called a Ruby matching check bonus. So this is just a matching check. So that in this example, let's say that personal coach there had $1,000 in team cycle bonuses. You're going to earn 5% of that. So you get a 5% matching check bonus on all your personally sponsored coaches as a Ruby. So here again, this example, this coach here, your personal coach that you personally sponsored, could have done, they did $1,000 in team cycle bonuses. I mean, $1,000, in volume and stuff. That you're going to, or $1,000 in team cycle bonus income. You're going to get a 5% matching or check bonus of that. All right, Diamond. This is where you want to get to, really. So Emerald's cool because you're just starting out, so it's exciting when you hit that because you made your first achievement. Ruby, like I said, you kind of just jump over that, and this is the main goal, to start it, and then you start to climb the ranks of the Star Diamond coaches. So this is what you have to have here. You have to have 100 personal volume points as a diamond, active diamond coach, meaning you have to either personally purchase or consume or sell 100 PV of product so you become a diamond. This is the structure here. Now we're adding on 1 more. So here's the difference: as you start to be, when you become a diamond, you're adding 1 more on your left, personally sponsored, and then another one on your left, personally sponsored, and another one on your right, personally sponsored. So now you have, this is the diamond structure. Here again, it will never look like this. Probably you're gonna have extra coaches, and you might have, this might be your Emerald down here. It doesn't matter. That doesn't have to be the first ones. It's really just any one of these can. So you have to have one Emerald coach in your left leg and 1 Emerald coach in your right leg, and a total of 4 personally sponsored in each leg. So your organization has a minimum here of 12 coaches, 4 on the left, 4 on the right, with 1 Emerald in each leg that you personally sponsored. The benefits of this is you get another increase in the team cycle bonus. So you go from $14 to $16 to now $18, and now your matching check bonus goes from 5% to 10%. So this is going to now talk about what to do. I got a slide here, but we'll get into that in a second here. So what if you wanted to earn $500 a month as a Diamond coach? I'd say that's a good start for a lot of coaches, right? So this is what I'm going to try and spell this out for you guys. It maybe get a little confusing. You may have to watch this again. So that works out to about $125 per week over a 4-week period of time. Not about, it's exactly that. But so if you want to make $500 per month, you really need to earn $125 every single week. Now, you could earn more in one week and less in the other, but I'm here again, not in the perfect world, but just trying to make things fairly simple for you. All right, so to do that, to earn $500 per month, you will need to have weekly team volume totals. Remember, team volume, that's everything all these coaches in your left leg and all your right leg do. So if you have, in that one example that we did before, where I had the 540 in one leg and 200 in the other, well, now if you build up over a week, if you have one, it's here again, it's Wednesday evening, 12 o'clock, and you have like 1,400 points exactly, you never will, in your strong leg, and the strong leg could be your left or your right. It doesn't matter. It's just whatever leg has the most amount of volume, because your legs will always be in balance. You'll never have exactly, or I've never seen a coach or anybody that has exactly 700 points or 800 or 900 and then 900 in the other leg. Generally speaking, you're going to have one lopsided leg and one's going to be stronger, and that's why they do this, because it pays out a little bit more for you, because you're going to have imbalance. And so let's say this week it's almost midnight on Wednesday. Your weak leg has 700 team volume points in it, and your stronger leg happens to have 1,400 team volume points in it. This would amount to a total of 7 team cycle bonuses per week for this 1 week, multiplied times that $18 as a diamond, which equals $126 per week for this week. Now, this is assuming that the following week you have at least another 700 points in your weak leg and 1,400 in your strong leg. The following week you have 700 in your strong and 1,400 in your weak. And I can tell you that sounds like you're probably, if you're just getting started out, you're going to sound like, my God, that's going to take forever. I'll never make that kind of volume points in your business. And I can tell you for sure that, we have months where we got 1 million points in our organization. And granted, that's 8 years later, but that's what can happen when you absolutely rock a business and you a lot of time building it. So I can honestly tell you, I would have never guessed 8 years ago I'd be sitting here, on 1 million points a week. That's between, both legs. But that's what can happen. So don't let 700 and 1,400 or 2,000 or 4,000 or 5,000. It will eventually happen if you work your business and you build a team. That can happen. So all we did here again, this is that 1/3, 2/3 payout. So the computer again is going to go out and it's going to take. Remember, here's 1,400. It goes there 200 points on one thing. It's going to remove that 1,400. It's going to remove 200. So it takes you down to 12. It's going to go over here. Yep, there's 700. It removes 100 out of there. Now there's 6, and it pays 1 team cycle bonus. It's going to do that to both these legs until you run out of volume, which in this case would be, in this example, that week would be 7 team cycle bonuses. As a diamond, that would pay you $126 that week. Now, what happens if you want to make $1,000 a week or $4,000 a month? You would need to basically double that. You would need 2,800 points of sales that week in your strong leg, and you would need 1,400 points. You want more than that? Double that. This is the formula right here. Take a screenshot, write it down, come back and watch this again. This is the formula right here. If you want to show somebody, well, how can I earn $500 a month? Now remember, this is just team cycle bonus. This does not include retail sales. It does not include Beachbody on demand, club sales, or anything else that you might do, and other bonuses that, like the Shakeology Fast Start, anything else, challenge packs. This is strictly, if you want to shoot for $500 per month. Now you add some retail on there, like I showed you, and you're doing another couple $100, $200, $300 a month. Now you got a, $500 to $800 a month business. So this is everything you need right here to understand in your brain just how you can sit there and go, and you can work this out in your brain. It's not really that hard. And find what you want to earn per month, divide it into that per week, and then use this little formula here and figure out what you want to do to earn $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $10,000 a month, and that's what you'll need to have, and breaking it down per week. So I hope that makes sense for you. This is the matching check bonus for the diamond. It goes from using that same example as the ruby, where that ruby you made $50, but now you're a diamond, you get 10%. So now you're going to get $100 out from week from the team cycle bonuses from your personally sponsored coaches. Star diamond ranks. Okay, we're getting close to closing this up. I hope that helped with that team cycle bonus. If you have any questions, please feel free to enter them there in your upper right-hand corner. I'll do my best to answer them. Now the next level, after you hit diamond, you want to start hitting the star diamond rank. So what does that mean? You want to hit a 1-star. So to do that, that means you have to look at all your personally sponsored coaches. And in this example, you have to have one emerald, and then you want to help one of your coaches. Doesn't matter, any one of these in this here leg or this leg. You still got to have at least one active emerald, like you got here, and then you want to help one of your coaches become a diamond coach themselves. So once you do that, now you become a 1-star diamond. 2-star diamond, you have to have one in each leg. So you have to have one personally sponsored diamond coach in your left leg that you've helped develop, and one personally sponsored coach in your right leg that you've developed, with a total of 12 personally sponsored coaches now. So this is the minimum. You have to personally sponsor 12 coaches, have 2 that you personally sponsor. Here again, it could be this one down here and this one on this leg, but one in each leg that are your personally sponsored, make diamond, and now you're a 2-star. This is the structure for 3. You can't have 3 in one leg. So you got to have some balancing. You got to have, and this it could be 2 in this leg, it could be 2 diamonds in this leg and 1 in this leg. 4-star, 5-star, and all the way up onto 15-star. This is available in your back office. You can find out what you need to do to get all the way up to 15-star diamond. All right, weekly. Told you there's 2 ways you can, as your weekly team cycle bonus is being calculated out on Wednesdays. This is what you can earn per week maximum at a different level. So as an emerald coach, remember I told you there's 2 ways you can. The pay cycle, the team cycles will stop. One is you run out of team volume. Number 2 is you reach the cap for that week. So let's say you got crazy volume in your business, and that thing is just popping off, $14 team cycle bonuses, and it goes up and it hits 250, and you got a whole bunch of volume left. Let's say you still got 2,000 in one leg and 1,000 in the other, and it's going to go boom. It's going to hit 250 or something at wherever that works out to at $14. How many nickels that is. And then all of a sudden it's going to go stop. It's go, well, this coach has enough volume in their both legs where they can go back and start paying you another team cycle bonus. But for the week, you have now capped out at $250. It'll stop, and then it will bank and hold that volume for you. And there's people, trust me, that have millions of dollars, especially maybe if they got like in a power leg or something like that, and they got millions, hundreds of thousands or millions of points sitting in one leg. I have a coach that's got like 3 million points because he doesn't do anything except keep himself active as emerald, and he's got like 3 million points in his leg. He could be making all the money if you build out his business, but that's another story. All right, Ruby, $1,000 per week, Diamond, $2,000 per week. So think about that. Just as a Diamond coach, if you got the volume, you can earn up to, and here again, that's just team cycle bonuses, not retail sales, none of the other things that you can make money with, Team Beachbody. This is $2,000 per week. That's an $8,000 per month business just at that level if you have the volume in there. And that's what takes the work to do. Then of course, basically for every star diamond position up to 10, you open up another $1,000 per week. So 1 star, you earn up to $3,000, $4,000 per week. Again, at 2 star. Think about that. That's a $200,000 per year business. I mean, that's phenomenal. We're 9 star, and we make more than that because all the other bonuses and stuff that we get and everything, part of the other compensation, part of the compensation program, and Angie's business, and because she's a 2 star, and so as you really start building this out, and it is good if you got a spouse to bring them into the business and sign them up under if you haven't done that, because you can get all the customers, and as you build out your business, and you're that's a whole other training as well that I have. All right, pretty much the last thing here, wrap this up here. Again, any questions, you can type them in the upper right-hand corner. If you don't have any, then I'll consider that I did a really good job and we'll close it out. But I'm not going to get into too much of this, but once you get into, there's what they call bonus pools. So the company takes 2% of its total business, it's BEP, so they call it business volume because that's all their volume. So all the volume generated by Team Beachbody goes in, whatever that totals, they take 2% of that, and then they pay quarterly bonuses. Obviously, that's 4 times a year, and basically is a pool number 1 that's shared with other 2-stars, and then you get 0.5% of that 2%. That's shared with all 2-star diamond coaches in the company. Then let's say when you hit 5-star, you now get another 0.5%. You still get the 0.5% from 2-star, and now you also get the 5-star bonus. And there's less coaches in the 5-star because it's obviously harder to get or achieve. So that bonus is higher. Then there's the 3rd bonus pool. That's when you hit 10-star, you get another 0.5%. So now you're sharing in 1/2 of the 2, 1/2 of the 5, and 1/2 of the 10-star diamond pool. Again, once you hit that 10-star, there's far less 10-star diamonds in the company than there is 5 or 2. So that's 0.5%. Is the same amount of money that's being shared in 5 and the 2. However, there's less people in it, so your portion of that bonus is going to be much greater. And then the coveted 15-star diamond, again, that's another 0.5%. Of course, there's far less 15 stars in that pool, so there's a greater share of income in that. So that is the detailed version of the Team Beachbody compensation program. I hope that made sense for everybody. Let me see if I got any questions here. Got a couple. I thought it was Success Club 10 now. It's also just 5. I'm assuming you're talking for Lisa or Risa. As far as I know, it's Success Club 5 to get the leads. So I'm assuming that was for the getting the customer leads. So unless they changed it, it's 5 Success. It is Success Club 5 actually, because I just read it tonight. So I was actually confirming that. So to hit Success Club or to get the free customers from Beachbody, you have to hit Success Club 5 and do those other things. So Andy just informed me that Success Club 10 will then throw in the Shakeology customers from that lead wheel. So Success Club 5 will get you just a standard customer leads, which is shared with everybody that hits Success Club 5, and then if we hit 10, you share another group of leads. Can you talk about, spread this wider a little bit more, can you talk about team cycle bonus, team limits on team cycle bonus? I saw somewhere that you can only cycle so much. Okay, I did that, I believe. I think I covered that well. And can you give us an extra idea what the star diamond bonuses actually are like dollar-wise? I think I covered that too, right, Will? Did we lose audio? Hey, Angie, can you hear me? Will?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I was back. Okay. So Will's asking, can you give us an idea what the star diamond bonuses actually are, like dollar-wise? I think I covered that, right, Will? I mean, you let me know. I think I covered that in that last couple slides. Yeah, so Elizabeth mentioned the same thing that Andy did. So Success Club 5 is for customer leads and Success Club 10 for Success Club leads. And okay, thanks. Did we lose audio? It's back. I think that's all I got here. So unless there's anybody else that has any questions, then I'm going to close this out. It's recording so far, so I should, if everything goes well, then I'll get that posted up tonight or tomorrow, probably tonight because we're heading out. But with that, I think I'll close it out because we're done. Nobody else has anything, so hopefully it means we did a good job. So thanks for joining me, everybody, and hope it helped a lot. And if you have any questions, you can post them on Team Fruit Revolution. Private message me if you have that. You know, you can do that too on Facebook. Or just put it out there on Team Fruit Revolution because that way other people will answer it. And we're going to actually be gone here for a few days. But anyway, make it a great night. Thanks for joining me, and I'll look forward to seeing you next Thursday. Good night.